quickly do you think the young guys in this team are just starting to move ahead?
I mean, they're taking big strides, you know, every single day in practice, in our preparation, and they're showing for it in the games. You know, it's still early, but you gotta give them credit. They're coming out ready to play, and they're demanding a lot out of themselves, which I appreciate. It only makes my job easier to go out there and do what I do. But on an individual level, I think that they're ahead of the game. You know, in terms of the guys at their position, in terms of first-year and second-year players, their opportunities are probably a little bit different, but they're relishing in it, and I'm really proud of them. So the difference between good and great is how consistent you are in this league. So that's just the thing that I'm just going to continue to echo those guys, just be themselves and continue to get better every single day.
Are they ahead of where you expected them to be when you came here?
I mean, it's hard to put a cap on some of the talent that those guys have. So I don't really have you know, too many expectations for them. I just wanted them to just go out and prove to themselves that they can go out and make an impact on this team and gain experience beyond their years. Like I said, they're in a unique position, and coming into this season, obviously G going down, you know, so the expectations for our team as a collective are really high. But I think individually, I think they have their own expectations, which I can appreciate. So they're going to be their own worst critic, but I'm their biggest fan over here. So I'm just going to continue to support those guys in positive lights as well as negative. Just continue to hammer home, just being consistent and them being involved as much as possible and getting better every single day.
How much easier is it for you to really trust those guys out there when there's the time that you see them put into their games and then them going out there on the floor and actually producing the way they have?
It's a game of basketball. You put in the work, the results will hopefully show out there. You know, sometimes when you're shooting every single day and you go out and you have a bad shooting night, it's just the law averages. I was talking to JB about it on the bench. You know, the law averages in this league, they fluctuate, and you got to be able to still maintain the same mentality, go out there and be yourself, no matter if shots are going in or not. There's still a way to impact the game. So I think they're coming into that understanding.
And are you getting a better feel for just where guys like the ball, where they can be most effective on the floor?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing is just respecting individual talent. When those guys are out there on the floor and they want to go into their post-ups, you know, when they go into the ISOs, as long as it's within our system and we're executing at a high level, I don't mind it. You know, when we're coming down, it's no pass shot or one pass shot. You know, we want to get away from that. Brad has a great system that we implemented, and when we're running at a very high level with a great pace, those shots will come a lot easier. But like I said, the respect for those guys as well as myself of having that confidence and respecting us, each other's individual talents, it goes a long way.
There was a corner three that you hit. Al passed it to you with, I think, maybe half a second or something like that, and he said KYRIE relishes those moments. That's why he got you the ball. Talk a little bit about that.
You know, just thankful for my dad teaching me when I was at when I was a young kid, not to bring the ball down when I'm shooting it. So, you know, I caught it probably at my face and just there was no downward motion, just being able to get it off at the end of the shot clock. I was paying attention. I'm glad Al saw me. So, end of the shot clock, anytime like that, 911 calls, I'm right there.
Speaking of, you and Al seem to find a nice little rhythm there in the third quarter. Is that kind of a work in progress?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I played against Al for the last 6 years, and now having him on my team and, you know, being able to utilize him and be able to understand where he likes the ball. And I mean, like I said, I've played with guys that have gotten the board and pushed, but I've never played with a 5-man or a 4-man that's gotten off the board and just pushed it like that. So, you know, the adjustment's still happening, and I told him in the third quarter, I was like, we're gonna continue to get better. We're gonna continue to learn one another, and once we get that understanding, we'll be a lot better. Because I think that there's still times where he wants to not get in my way, and I don't want to get in his way. So, you know, we're at that point, which is natural, and you understand that. But the exciting part is that we're still getting to know one another, and it'll only continue to get better.
What are some of the things you need to learn about this game as you continue to go forward?
Just making the game easier for one another. I think that's the most important part. You know, hit them on backdoor cuts, understanding that guys are going to be coming off, you know, a screen is looking to double me, and being able to utilize him of his screen setting as well as his passing ability, and just figure out where the spots are best on the floor where we can be effective.
What do you think about your French teammate, Gershon Yabusele? What does he bring on the court?
I mean, he brings a physicality. He brings a space and aspect that we need at that 4 spot, and able to play multiple positions out there. So, young guy still developing, but understanding the game is something that he has already.
With the kids on the road, it's a short trip, but is this one of the early tests for the young players to maintain that level of execution on the road?
Every game is a test for us. Every game is a test for us at this point, but this is where going on the road, it becomes very difficult to win, especially in other guys' homes, and understanding how comfortable they play and seeing the pace that they play at when specific teams play at home, and the way Milwaukee plays, the way Miami plays as well. They really relish on their home crowd, so we just got to go in there and just dictate the pace, understand that we got to have a hit-first mentality. So those road games are always fun. I love them. I love them. I love playing at home more, but I love road games so much because it's just literally, it's what you said, it's a test of character, and you understand that when teams go on runs or the calls they may be kind of uneven, or you're kind of being tested in terms of will, or guys are in foul trouble, or guys get in foul trouble early, and just you never know what can happen in a road game, and that unpredictability is something that is great for building the identity of a team.
Thank you, KYRIE. Thank you, everybody.